Hi everyone, and welcome to your Strategic Social Media course. I'm Susan McGee. I am a full-time instructor at Drexel University's Department of Comm, and I'm very excited to be working with you. I really enjoy online teaching and learning. I have a lot of experience in teaching online, and I have endeavored to create an engaging course where you're going to feel like you are actually getting to know and learning a lot from your peers as well as from me. So I hope that I've created a lot of opportunities for engagement in this course and that we're all going to learn a lot from each other. And of course, there is a lot to learn. As you'll read in the introduction, social media use, over 3 billion people on the planet are using social media. That's pretty incredible. So there is a lot to learn, lots to discuss, and lots of real, angles to really approach this for. You can approach this like a sociologist, you can approach it like a marketer, you can even approach it from a social justice angle. Who has access to the internet and who doesn't? Who can be on social media and who just doesn't have access? So all of these things are really interesting and really important. And in this course, we'll touch on probably a little bit of everything, but we're really going to focus on how brands use social media. Okay, so I wanted to give you some tips for success in this course, and the first one is to really make sure you really dig into the readings and resources. If there's a video, watch it. This is important. I curate all of the content for this course, and there's no textbook, and you'll start to see different blogging platforms. I use Pew a lot. We'll use different blogs and websites, and these are all like really good sources of information for ongoing learning and keeping up with social media. And that'll be like HubSpot, and we'll use Hootsuite blog in addition to the other way we're using Hootsuite. So you'll start to recognize some of these sources: CoSchedule, Copyblogger, really good sources that you really want to be familiar with when working with digital media. Now, the way that I would like for you to use your sources is to make sure you read them. These are usually pretty short readings unless there's a journal article, but please show me that you're using and applying the knowledge that you're learning. And you can do this by whether it's a discussion board or an assignment. I always expect you to acknowledge at least 2 to 3 sources for every answer. And if there's 2 questions, use different sources for each one. So, and you can do this very casually. You don't have to have a bibliography, and in fact, you don't need one. You can say, for example, you could say, according to the Disruptive Advertising blog, blah, 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 make your point. Or you could say, according to Hatch, because it's the same person, Hatch and Digital Disruption, this was a very startling statistic. So just casually mention your sources, but always mention them. So that's number 1. Number 2, so on the discussion board, I will engage with every single thing that you post on the discussion board, and also on Twitter. We'll get to that in a minute. But on discussion board, I do expect for you to read what I wrote and acknowledge it and answer any questions that I might be posing to you. I try to get through your initial discussion board posts by Friday, Saturday. So hopefully, you will be able to come on Sunday, see what I wrote, and you can get back to me, because that is a part of your grade. We are engaging. It is a discussion. So please acknowledge. You can even just say, hey, thank you for your comments. Whatever. It can be very simple. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 is do not wait to get on Hootsuite. Okay, so Hootsuite is a third-party platform. There's a little video about it above. So the value in knowing a social media management tool is just that companies, brands, organizations using social media really need a way to keep track of it. And platforms like Hootsuite, HubSpot also has one. There's other, very well-used and pretty expensive products. So we're pretty lucky that we can just use this for free. There's nothing to pay for. You're just going to go, you're going to claim your coupon code, and then you'll use that code to set up your account, and then you'll see how you can access all of the resources towards the certification. It's up to you how you want to do that. I certainly wouldn't wait till the last moment. It's not a super hard test, but you're definitely going to need to use the resources, there's no doubt about it. And there is a lot to cover. Make sure you leave yourself plenty of time. You have all term, but you must get your coupon code within 30 days or it's going to disappear, and then it's on you to go to Hootsuite and get another one. Okay, so that is number 3. All right, number 4 is we will be using Twitter in the course, and that is that's on a different page. And what I want to say about the Twitter is we're using Twitter. It's not the most popular platform. Okay, definitely Facebook and Instagram have an edge on it. However, for business to business, B2B, and B2C, business to consumer, social media, organizations, branding, Twitter is an important tool. So everybody really needs to know how to use it, how to curate content, how to respond, how a brand behaves on Twitter. Twitter is a very popular platform for customer service. So like, for instance, Urban Outfitters, I happen to know, has their own Twitter just for customer service issues. And you're seeing that a lot more, and people like it. It's better than, let's say, it's a little more sophisticated and human than, say, a chatbot. To actually be able to tweet to a brand and get an answer pretty quickly is pretty cool, if they're using it correctly. So that is it. And then the other thing about Twitter for success is to make sure you're using our class hashtag. This is just the account that I use for school. I have my own personal account. I have like 1,500 followers, and I do a lot of kvetching and about politics and stuff. So that's why I don't use it. I just use this one that I have, and we will have a class list. And that's how I'll keep track of you all. But I do need for you to use the hashtag because there are 2 classes. There's an undergraduate class as well, and they're going to be using Twitter too. The other thing about Twitter is don't wait. You can't wait until Sunday to use Twitter and get all of the assignment. The whole point is to be learning how to use things, on a regular basis. So you don't want to gum up, all of your Twitter use in one day. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a little bit more insight into how you can do well in this course. And obviously, last but not least, really write well. Use your spell checker and proofread. It's super obvious to me when students don't proofread. It's the simplest thing that you can do to, really improve your writing. And it's very easy to do. If you don't have, the best thing to do is to print it out or read it aloud. If you can't print it out, read your work aloud from your screen. That will help you catch some mistakes. You are expected, you're graduate students, you're expected to have high-level writing skills. I expect to see those in action. And of course, everybody makes mistakes. So, but if you have any kind of glitches in your grammar knowledge, and you're not fixing them, then you're not really doing yourself any favors, and that will be reflected in your grade. So I'm excited to work with you. If you have any questions, please reach out, and I will see you soon on the discussion board.